Hey, and they've been all great shows, like progressively better. I
They
think.
have been. It's like your favorite pair of Yeezys.
Yeezys. Well, any favorite pair of shoe that you break in,
Right,
'cause,
right.
like at first, like
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah. I got two pairs that I never would throw away.
great.
One of them I can't even fit anymore. I guess my foot was smaller then.
Really?
Yeah, it's a pair of blue New Balances and a pair of like this fuchsia Nike that I've never seen before.
Yeah. So I have a question. If your foot is growing,
I wear them to the gym sometimes.
is anything else growing?
Hey,
I mean, it's just, I think it's a
everything,
fair question.
everything grew.
Y'all heard the
Put
man.
your kids to bed early tonight.
That's a real rich flex.
That's a rich flex.
And let me just tell y'all, last week we had the CEO herself, I am Chelsea Speaks, in the house.
Hey, shut it down.
We just getting better and better and better. And
Yeah.
so we did that because we were like, let's go ahead and open this thing up to let y'all know we about to come with some heavy hitters.
We coming with the heat,
Man.
and we got the heat right at home. So why not start with the CEO?
And did.
And did.
That's what we did.
That's what we did. Y'all make sure Sunday nights, y'all tune in to her Soulful Sunday show.
Yo.
You talk about you might need to put yourself to bed before that one.
Look, I tuned in on the drive home from main event with the kids.
Oh.
Baby.
Wow. Did they have a lot of questions?
I said I had to start over talking the rest of wait a minute. Note to self.
It's the softer side of Chelsea for us.
Baby. It's the sexy side for me.
That part.
Okay, I
That
see
part.
what you're doing, CEO.
Speaking of sexy, there's apparently a brand new grown and sexy spot over here. Jacquez just opened up. Jacquez,
Really?
what's his name? King of R&B. Him. What's his name? What is
Is he
his
the
name?
king or the prince now?
He's the king according to him.
Okay, self-proclaimed.
Self-proclaimed. But he could be the king of Zamunda and not Wakanda. Right?
Oh,
Okay.
gosh, okay. His name is Jacquez.
Jacquez just
Yes.
opened a restaurant. Congratulations to him.
Yes.
When I say just opened a restaurant here, I mean over in the Stonecrest Mall area.
Really?
Yeah, he
Hey,
opened one
neighbor.
right up here in Stonecrest Mall.
I love that.
I
We
do
gotta
too.
Go check
We gotta
it
go
out.
check it out. Got to. Yep.
So,
yep.
do you know anything about it? What type of food are they serving up?
What I saw was definitely red and blue club lights and hookahs.
Hookah is. Hey, that was gonna be my next question.
And that's all we need to know.
Baby, if
A
you
vibe
in
and a hookah.
Atlanta and you got no hookah, what are you doing?
Like, what are you doing? Why are you open? Why are you open?
We got some stories, some interesting stories to cover because people just have been on another one. Like, really, since the new year.
It's the new year. People been on one. And, it's funny because she put it so well on Instagram when they said Atlanta's not a real place.
It's not.
It's not a real place.
It is not. Did you see the lady running across the interstate last week?
I did not, but I saw the airplane landed on the interstate yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Look, and it's the funny thing to me was the caption of somebody who posted a video. They said, "Cuh emergency landed on the interstate,"
Wow.
and they spelled it CUH.
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 Cuh emergency landing.
Wow.
I like that. It's their real Atlanta.
It's the real Atlanta. It's not a real place.
It's not.
I mean, think about it. Our district attorney, your favorite person,
Yes.
Fanny.
Fanny.
I saw her on. I saw Fanny on TV yesterday doing some more things that make the city not real. She was chosen to be one of the grand jurors for the Trump investigation here.
Okay, I love that for her.
Okay.
I mean, it's like she was going so hard on the Atlanta rappers.
Man.
I would like for her to find something else to do.
Man, looks like she did.
She absolutely, absolutely. She's probably the perfect person for that job too.
I think so because she gets off on being in the business of people.
Yeah, really. It's almost like it's like personal for her.
It does feel personal.
It absolutely does.
But I mean, I don't know, maybe she was onto something with the whole thing with the, Young Thug and the folks, because his people are like turning on him like a washing machine. I mean,
But are they? I think they're just saving themselves. Like
Okay.
I don't see anything wrong with that. It's like somebody's going down.
so
Somebody's going down, and it's not going to be me. I
not
don't want it
gonna
to
be
be me. It has to be somebody, and they have made it very, very clear
Who that somebody
We don't
is.
want you guys. We want Thug.
man,
And I hate that for him. But
I do too.
And they had a picture of him on social media today with his head down
Mm.
in court, and he just looked, I'm going to use your word, he looked so deflated.
okay, I want y'all to take note. Every show, Love Bri Simone chooses felony level or very close to it on trial felony level violence.
It's like felony, but I would absolutely get away with the misdemeanor.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
We'll circle back on why I said that. But no, I saw in the news where he may get more years because somebody handed him drugs in the courtroom.
Yo.
I think that was a
perk.
setup. I think that definitely was an op move.
Do you think that's what that was?
I think
That's
that
what
was
his
an op
attorneys
move.
allege.
It was everybody knows there's cameras in the courtroom.
But he literally held his hand out for it. I mean, if I'm in court and you come over to me trying to hand me anything, I'm about to ask you before I even open my hand, especially when I know what I'm in court for. What is that?
Right.
What's that?
I mean,
I'm not about to, because once I open my hand and whatever it is, once it comes to me, it's a whole nother ball game.
what do you mean?
I'm saying once I give you
Yeah.
whatever it is, right? Open your hand.
Okay.
When I put it right there, it's
Yeah.
yours now. It's yours. It's yours. That could have been anything.
It could have been anything. I mean, it's just, I don't know.
And it was anything. It was a perk.
It was a perk. I would have just put it in my mouth. Well, they said the guy who handed it to him, they had to take him to Grady because he ingested the rest of the drugs he had with him.
Yes.
That's why I'm like, it was a perk. I think it was an op move. I don't know.
So you think he came there with all of those drugs as an op?
I just don't want to believe Young Thug.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That makes sense.
Let me
Let's
just be
give him
honest.
the
I just don't.
benefit of
I'm
the
gonna give him the
doubt.
That's one of my personal things this year's the benefit of the doubt. So that's what I'm giving Young Thug.
Okay, I appreciate that. I can tell that you are on that level this year. Because you're always talking about, oh, you're so graceful. You give people so much grace. Because you don't.
I do now, and the old you used to.
Right.
We've definitely Freaky Friday switched places.
Yeah. Well, we said that. We said that, baby, because the grace is gone. The grace is gone. Yes, baby. Okay.
Man.
It's like the thrill.
The three.
I don't know. The thrill might be back, though.
I think the thrill is back. If we're talking about you, I think so. I'm gonna go ahead and co-sign that one.
Okay. Okay.
People are not co-signing Tiffany Haddish.
They aren't, but her cast is, her castmates.
I mean, it's tough with kids stuff, but the family forgave her and said,
Well,
Say she didn't do it.
here's the other thing. The lawsuit has been dropped. So what happened to the whole innocent until proven guilty?
yeah.
Like-
We probably the community it touched, which I guess is like theater kids and like maybe church community. They're probably just being, their normal judgmental selves and uninformed and just like she did it because they said she did it. I don't know. I just think I feel the same way about Tiffany Haddish. She's a Chrysler 300 with the Bentley grill.
There are people who actually do that too. They have
Tiffany Haddish.
Tiffany.
I love her. I love protect black women. I'm just talking about from a talent perspective.
So here's the thing. It's not just Tiffany who is, like being questioned about why or if they should be involved in this project. Jada.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Is it because of the
The slap heard around the world.
Oh, I was thinking about her own personal thing with the scenario. What she call it? A relation?
The situation.
Situationship.
The entanglement.
The entanglement. Not because the entanglement.
I don't think it's the entanglement. August is grown.
That's right. People said that she looked at Will and gave him like the sick'em.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Which is ridiculous.
You think it's ridiculous that people said that?
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I watched
I was watching it live. I was watching it live, and I thought it was a skit to the point where I sat there for 5 minutes, went to ask my mom, "Are you watching the Oscars? Because I think something just happened." Went online, started Googling it. In China, some website in China had it up first. That it was,
Of course
that it
they
was
did.
real. But anyway,
So here's the thing.
What do you think?
This is my take. Knowing that she has had some issues with alopecia, she has really struggled with it. Her husband is somebody she confided in, and clearly he was very aware of how sensitive she is about it. I feel like a lot of women, and this is coming from someone who is currently working with a cancer patient as a client, when women start to lose our crown, when our hair starts to, when we have any type of problems with our hair, it gets personal. It gets personal. And I feel like that is one of those things that she had already spoken to her husband about. He already knew what her struggles were and how she felt about it. And it was a sensitive subject. And for somebody to stand there and make light of it like it was a joke, and it was not a joke to her, it wasn't funny to her. I think that look to her husband had more to do with, I can't believe this shit. Do you see this right here? Than anything else. Instead of it's a you better get him. Like, no, Will is his own person.
you know, I felt like it was a joke, and I felt like
Some things you don't joke about.
I could see where people say that she gave him the cue. I lean more towards that. I mean,
Some things you don't joke about. I mean, what's funny to me may not be funny to you, and vice versa. I particularly.
but did it warrant him coming on stage and doing that? That's what I'm talking about.
Now, I did not say that the slap was warranted.
Oh, that's what I mean.
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is Will is his own person. I don't think that Jada gave him.
Now you know the power of the V. And apparently she got a voodoo level because she got this man sticking with her through an entanglement.
Ooh, but okay. So since we're there,
Okay.
and I want to make this quick, Will has been a party to many an entanglement.
All right.
And Jada, I'ma stick beside him. Jada, I'ma stick beside him, Smith. All right. And sometimes those tables turn. That's why you can never get too comfortable.
Y'all see, y'all can tell us what women want Wednesday, can't you?
And
that whole spiel right there
I'm just saying.
was all black woman power. Black men
I'ma
ain't
stick
worth
beside
nothing.
her.
That's cool. I think we should stick beside each other,
I think so.
People-
And we will.
except for Bill Cosby and Kanye, obviously, because black people don't see it for them.
There's a such thing as going too far. Okay, there's a such thing as going too far. And Kanye. So there's this couple,
Okay.
Toby and his wife.
Yeah.
I love them.
I do too. They're cool. I like the music. I like what they have going on. I like it. I don't need large doses of it.
Right.
But I like it.
Well, there's some growth there because initially I thought Toby was uber talented.
Until
And then, well, what I was going to say is, and then, you know, when he introduced Fat, because Fat was just kind of in the background and she was just the mother raising the
Right.
kids and the
Yep.
whole family was involved, but she wasn't really the artist.
Right.
And so he's been grooming her. And I was listening to her. So they're doing like this more acoustic version of one of their songs.
Okay.
And she killed it.
Did she?
I was pretty impressed.
I mean, it's usually,
I was pretty impressed.
they say behind every great man is a greater woman,
Greater woman. Yeah.
but she happened to have the same talent.
She does, but
Wow.
again, it was very raw
Okay.
in the beginning, and so you can tell that there's some growth there, like I said, and I just love it. But she has a line in one of their most popular songs.
Okay.
It says, "I'm not Kim. Toby ain't gonna never go Kanye."
Oh.
And I think that's a pretty dope line.
What does that mean? Oh, he would never leave her for a non-black woman?
Well, I think that means a lot of
Okay,
stuff.
yeah,
I
unpack
think
that for
that
me.
is a very loaded statement because number one, Kanye is kind of like a roller coaster. that became derailed at some point. Okay. You know, it's like, it's fun. It's interesting. Everybody wants to ride it. But when that thing comes off the tracks, baby.
I don't know. I'm gonna leave Kanye over there. But to that point, this is Kanye. Fast forward, Taylor Swift. The moment he had with her, that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is Taylor Swift's Kanye moment with the world right now.
Right.
Because Taylor Swift has, I know it's your time and it's your mic, but I need to say something. The whole United of the States.
She has.
Because apparently they're reporting that Ticketmaster had to testify before the U.S. Justice Department surrounding her sold out tickets of her most recent concert.
Yeah. Well,
I love that for Taylor. I mean, live in your privilege.
live in it.
Don't waste it.
Live in it. I mean,
I love it.
She's America's darling.
I must not be American.
We're not. We're definitely African
Got
American.
it. Just making sure we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Not my darling. Not my darling.
Hey. This
Man.
is not America.
But she is though. Blonde hair.
Yeah.
Blue eyes.
Yeah. Her name's Taylor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Doesn't get any more darling than that.
It doesn't get.
Baby. You know, what's her name? Lil Mama.
Wait, what? Where are we going with this? Where are we going? Do I need to get off this
I
train?
was just gonna say Lil Mama could never.
Look. Wait.
They gave her the business, baby.
When she jumped on
When
stage?
she jumped on that stage.
Man, listen. If Jay-Z could have choked her out and gotten away with it, he would have choked her out right there and gotten away with it. His
That is
face.
the example of absolutely no privilege. People are still talking about that to this day.
Sometimes, I mean, I feel like once a year I go to YouTube and watch it. I feel like I do.
She absolutely seized the moment.
She definitely does.
That was her moment.
The only moment that she'll probably have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has a striking resemblance to Bow
Bow
Wow.
Wow. I know. I don't want to buy into that, but she actually does.
She does.
Does she have any music? Because she could be the RichFlexx song of the day. Does she have music?
Something about lipstick popping.
Oh, right.
Yeah. We can do it. Want to do it?
No, I was just playing. It's the RichFlexx Show. Remember
Lil
that.
Mama, if you're listening, it's all in just.
I was for real. You just said some stuff not funny.
Felony level violence. Felony level violence, people. So this is what I want to know. I want to know, because, February is coming up. Mm-hmm. And January just I'm talking about that thing just flew by.
Yeah.
Phew. I was like, wait a minute.
It was
Today's
like
the 25th?
I mean, it went fast. It's usually the longest.
It went really fast. And we have been talking about this auction for Valentine's Day.
We have been.
We have. And I predicted that I would no longer be auctionable come Valentine's Day.
Ooh, give us an update.
Well, I was about to ask you.
Nope.
Are you still auctionable?
I am.
Oh.
And there goes the answer. Now let's talk about you. Let's talk about you.
Okay.
Okay. It's almost February.
It's almost February.
We have a little under a week or right at a week. We got to get we got to put together this auction if it's going to happen.
Right.
Am I including your name to be auctioned or not?
Oh, gosh. That is such a shady question.
Or not?
That is such a shady question.
You know what? She already answered it, because one thing Love Simone is never at is a loss for words.
Right. So. I don't know. I don't know that I'm going to be auctionable come February 14th.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
Me too.
Okay. Well, maybe y'all can host the auction then, like be the, MC.
Yeah, and I'll definitely do that. I'm going to be involved. And look, who knows? Y'all know this is Alana. Things change quickly.
Things change quickly.
Things change quickly. However, I am optimistic.
I love that.
Okay.
I love that.
Leave that right there.
Okay. We're gonna leave that on the floor.
Y'all, we are preparing for our guest
Oh yeah,
who's going to be in studio tonight.
she's actually pulling up now.
Yes, she is. And I'm super excited. I'm kind of like a fangirl, but
You know what? It's interesting you say that because I watched the Carisha Trina interview last night, and Trina was speaking about that. Carisha asked her about the new, female rappers and how many, that the doors have been open. And Trina said the one thing she feels like should be like standard is paying homage.
absolutely.
You should pay. She was like, you should pay homage to the women that came before you.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. That was always my, like, the one thing that I really didn't like about Nikki. I
Yeah.
feel like Nikki paid homage, but Kim fans, little Kim fans, we were looking for her to say, I directly pulled this
No,
from the Queen Bee.
she won't do that.
She didn't have to do that, but she could have at least said, yeah, I have been influenced in some of my.
Nikki's a mean girl. It's her shtick.
Okay.
It's her shtick. But that interview with Trina was really good because she said some things that I've always thought.
What's that?
I like Trina, so I'm just gonna let you all listen to the interview for yourselves because I know if I say anything, it's gonna come across maybe like
Wait, I like
violence.
Trina too,
Yeah.
because you don't know now.
You don't know now? Oh, that should be our RichFlexx song for today.
Let's do it.
You don't know now.
You don't know now.
Yeah, I love that.
That is my song. I actually did some work with them on Thug Holiday with Trick
Oh,
Daddy. So I was
that's
in Liberty
right.
City. Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah,
I did
yeah,
some
yeah.
ghostwriting on that song.
Okay,
Yeah.
come on.
Uh-huh.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's all Atlanta.
All Atlanta.
That was an all Atlanta connection too, who got me that job.
And I'm sure April Love will be able to speak about that era too. She's been doing it since Old Atlanta.
Absolutely.
She's been doing it since Old Atlanta, so I'm excited to have her here. And she definitely put me onto some gigs back when I left CNN for the first time in my corporate life and started my own consultancy. And she
Really?
she would hit me up and put me on gigs. Yeah, for
That's
sure.
what's up. Because people don't do that.
People don't do that. People don't do that. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it because that would take me to violence.
We should really talk about it. One day we're going to talk about it. In fact, one day we're going to do a whole segment because what we used to do, now we have What Women Want Wednesdays
Yep.
because we are your hump day heroes and we're here only on Wednesdays. But before, we used to have this segment called What Friends Want Fridays.
Ooh, we need to bring that back for one good time.
Oh, and I think we will. And we're going to talk about friends who don't put their friends on.
Ooh, and that goes both ways and all the ways.
All the ways.
Yeah, we definitely talk about that. I got things to say about that.
Me too. Me too.
I turned a number year older last week, but that all
did.
yeah, and it's showing up in my behavior, and I love it for me.
Me too. I do feel like it's like this new energy.
Yeah,
It's a little bit more wisdom.
a lot more wisdom, a lot more clarity and confidence.
Confidence. I was gonna say confidence.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
the confidence, and that gives me the courage to do some necessary things.
Yes. Oh. I see. You know how you are watching like scary movies, and as like the scary person is approaching, you can see the shadow with the knife in their hand.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I just caught a glimpse of the shadow.
Yeah,
With
for
the
sure.
knife when you said
For
that.
sure, definitely. But we'll save that for when we do a what friends want,
What friends want? What friends need?
what friends require.
Oh, yeah, that part. All right, y'all. Well, guess what?
We require a break.
We do. We do.
Our
Y'all
guest
hear
is
some
here.
music?
Yeah, they do. They want to hear it.
I think now's a good time. It's the RichFlexx Show, y'all. Thank you for tuning in.
We'll be back.
Right back with our very special guest,
April Love. building. Y'all know we over here in the suburb of Wakanda. So, we had to get her GPS to the right door and all that kind of stuff. But she's here. The April Love is in the building, folks.
I'm fangirl.
Yes, I am.
Yes, she is. And if you don't know who April Love is, you will after this conversation.
And will.
And you'll be wondering why I didn't know her already. why I didn't know April already.
Aw.
I think it's very few people who don't know who April Love is.
Who don't know who April Love is. So April Love is a true OG in the tapestry of what you know is Atlanta now, from a culture perspective, a music perspective, a film and industry perspective. She's one of the first people to start doing the thing called celebrity publicist in the city.
Absolutely.
Right.
Coined it.
Before
Did.
Housewives,
Thank you.
before Apple smartphones, April Love was out here doing the thing, paving the way.
Thank you so much, guys, for
Yeah.
this opportunity. I'm so excited.
We're
Thank you
honored
for
to have
joining
you.
us.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Come on, January. We told y'all we were going to be bringing y'all some heavy hitters.
Heavy hitters.
And we meant that.
We meant that.
We meant that.
So April, say hello to the people.
Hello, people. I am so excited to be right here with my people. I have a lot of gratitude. I love opportunities like this to share and to, connect. So, hello.
Hey. And we're so glad you're here. And I said my do about you, but what do you want the people? Who would you say, having this decades long career, who would you say if someone said, who is April Love? How would you introduce her now?
Oh, you aging me. Decades, I mean.
That's a
But that's
blessing.
true. It is a
It's
blessing.
the
It's a
plural
blessing,
for me.
especially. Absolutely. I would want, you know what? I want people to know that I'm a real girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I am who I am. I'm who I say I am. I am who I am on the gram.
Okay.
And in real life.
That part.
I'm a genuine person. I'm a friend. I'm a sister. I'm a daughter. I'm a connector.
Yes.
I'm a pusher, a motivator, and a survivor.
Whew, I got chills because you tapped on a couple of things we talk about.
Yes.
Connector, you are a connector. Before you got here, I was sharing how when I first left CNN corporate, the first time I started my own consultancy, you were one of the first two people in the city to put me on the projects and gigs.
Yes.
No competition, didn't know me. I just reached out and she said, come on.
Wow.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's big.
That's huge. I mean, I went from having a corporate job to starting my own consultancy and did not miss a meal, a beat, a rent payment, or anything.
We were just talking about that today. That's what, living on purpose and in purpose will do for you. That obedience opens up so many opportunities, because there's somebody over here being obedient in Nashville and somebody being obedient in Brooklyn, somebody being obedient in Decatur.
Right.
And when you come together, when the stars all align, because we're walking that
Yeah.
same path and we intersect,
Yeah.
it's magic. It's synchronicity,
magic. Oof.
Alignment is so important.
Yeah, that's my word of the year.
You also have to be intentional. And speaking of word of the year, I'm doing one word per quarter. So I'm going to
Yes.
have 4 this year.
Okay, okay.
And passion is my first word. So anything that does not involve passion. I will not be entertaining this
I love
year.
that.
I love that
Okay,
too.
so I'm going to be
that.
passionate about everything.
Yeah.
I infused passion into my career last year, and it did wonders. So, but I do want to say I am so grateful to have you here, because what we were talking about before you came in here is friends doing for friends and being reciprocal and
Yeah.
pulling the next person up. And so
Yep.
to know that you were responsible and directly responsible and intentional about helping the next person, I'm really, really glad to be sitting next to you
Next
today.
to you. And people get it mistaken. Friends and friendship and being friendly are all 3 different things.
Absolutely.
Because the word says in order to have a friend, show yourself friendly. So you can be
Exactly.
friendly with people, put them on the things, say their names in rooms when they're not there. And you don't have to be their friend,
Exactly. But you're being friendly.
but you're being friendly.
Absolutely.
which
That
opens
part.
up the road for a friend to come into your life and do the same thing.
Right.
It's the law of reciprocity. And people think that if I do for you,
That
then
I-
you're gonna do for me. Like you're always trying to a lot of people do that. They put themselves on somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh, but I did this for you. It's coming somewhere else.
It's coming from somewhere
You
else.
did it on the right, but it's maybe coming for you from the left.
Right, right.
That's why you don't put any expectancy into it. You do it.
Yeah.
You just do it with no expectation. You just
Yeah.
know that you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be good.
Well, those are the seeds that you sow.
Absolutely.
And you never know where your harvest is going
You
to come
never
from.
know.
Exactly. You never know when.
When? See that
Timing is
part.
everything.
Because you
Timing
can go
is
through a
everything.
drought,
Oh my God.
but when you come out, you'll already have a harvest if you've planted seeds.
Absolutely.
So speaking of that, How did you get on? Who planted the seed for you? Who gave you an opportunity, or did you just kick down the door?
Well, honey, you know me. I was kicking down doors since kindergarten. But I actually have to be completely, because I had a lot of people that helped me to transition into different phases, you know,
Got it.
because I was in corporate. I've done corporate. I've done, you know, public relations in the corporate sense, and I've done, you know, marketing and that sort of thing. But where I knew I was called to, which is entertainment.
Right.
And that came by way of a couple of vessels that I'm grateful for to this day. I ended up interning, and it's so funny. This is a full circle moment, you know.
No, keep going.
Okay,
Yeah.
no. Okay. Yeah, this is a full circle moment for me as it relates to the Pink Awards.
Okay.
Which we'll talk about later, because I interned and really opened up the whole the spectrum of what this industry could be. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I've always, my family can tell you that I've looked in front of I've looked at different things since I was little, like, oh, you know, the New Year's Eve celebration, the Grammys. Oh, I'm going to be there. I don't know. I didn't know the fullness of that.
Yeah.
But I end up interning and working with someone who's I'm honoring
Wow.
this year, Dallas Austin.
Love
And
Dallas
he
Austin.
set Atlanta on fire.
On fire. Love
On
Dallas.
on
That's
fire.
old Atlanta.
Exactly. Old Atlanta. And
And if you ain't been to a party at Dallas Austin's house, you have not lived in Atlanta.
I have lived. I'm from
at all.
Atlanta.
Listen.
At all. So you're from Atlanta. So you remember when Jermaine Dupri used to have the party of the year?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So this year I'm honoring both of them.
Ooh,
like we're
I
paying
love
homage
that.
to Atlanta.
Come on.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I would say Dallas and David Gates and Julian Wright, the people that were a part of that, Karen Veazey, who
Yeah.
set off everything for Pharrell, I saw it bigger than life.
Saw it bigger, yeah.
And I ended up working with Flavor Unit, you know,
Yeah.
with Shakim and in New Jersey, and just seeing this industry, like, it was limitless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you could find yourself, that's why I'm always with my mentees and the people around me that I pour into. I want you to see your life in color.
Right.
Don't limit yourself. You know what I'm saying? Based on what you've seen your parents do.
Right.
Or what you are limited to by what you put on LinkedIn. You like, only
Right.
have 3 lines right now.
Right.
But see yourself where you're
Yeah.
going to be and work towards that.
Yeah.
Position yourself. Believe
I
it.
love
Think
that.
Because
it.
lines, baby, you have the lines. Okay, I was
Yeah.
I was looking at the resume, and so I see that you're also a success coach.
I am.
Yeah. You coaching me right now.
Especially personal brand success.
Send me-
Especially personal brand success. That's where I really found my niche, because you can be in a crowd of people, but there's a way you can stand out. I don't care if
Let
it's
me
corporate.
tell you. So I do branding and marketing for a living
Yes.
for 20 some years now.
Right.
And Bree knows this now that we have this show, that it's like, it's second nature. It's a part of me. So I have a lot of thoughts and opinions on it. Your brand, Ask April Love. I don't know of another brand in Atlanta that has had that kind of recognition,
Absolutely.
credibility, and longevity. I mean, we've had moments like things that don't exist anymore. Yours still exists. It's up there with like
definitely
So Deaf
precedes
or
you.
like that's a thing.
So JD said, well, you know, I actually was able to pull some strings, and April Love she's agreed to come onto the show. And he's like, you know April Love. I'm like, Ask April Love? Of course I know who Ask
Yeah.
April Love is. So.
Ask
You
April Love.
guys, I'm speechless.
What?
I really, and that's rare. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that means a lot to me, because you put in the work and you put in the time.
Yeah.
And for people to see you, I don't take that for granted at all.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't take it for
And
granted
you know,
at all.
and the thing about April that I love, the same way with Chelsea when she was here, the same way with Linda Day. We got a thing. We've had all women and boss women.
Hey.
Okay, all right. I see you, January. But you all are so humble.
Very.
Because April got so many folks on like her, you know how iPhones you can put the top whatever. Now, all them people on her top whatever probably on your blog or Instagram or somebody you love, because she knows everybody. The times I do pop outside, April Love, if it's somewhere to be in a room, April Love's going to be there, and she's going to be with the people you want to know and need to know.
So I want to know, what have you done in your career to really set yourself apart from the
Yeah,
competition?
for real. What is your secret?
Integrity.
Ooh,
I was just talking about that today.
Mean what I say and say what I mean. You know, own my stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's not pretentious. I don't care how many lashes I put on, and you know how many Birkins. You know, it's just
Yeah.
being who you are. You know, not the external, but
Right.
the internal.
Yeah.
Like, I can genuinely say that, You know how people say they post these things about, oh, women want to hate and women want to do this. I don't really have those problems. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that there aren't like the typical things in life. There will be people that are intimidated by you, that will try you. There are people that are just angry with the world, and some of that will be directed towards you. But there's not one person I've worked with that I can't call. I don't have to market myself anymore.
Well, you don't attract that energy.
Not at
that
all.
says a lot
Not
about
at
the
all.
person you
Not
are.
at all.
I'm sitting beside you, and I can feel your energy, and it's a good.
It
energy.
is
It's a
like you
good
can
aura.
feel it. Like I keep getting chills.
Wow.
And we be in here cutting up. You got us in here. We be in here cutting up, April Love. But you got us on a different space, and I love it because it's also a part of the rich flex.
Absolutely.
Because the real flex is when your inside is wealthy and rich and abundant. That's the flex right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But now I have Malaya and Nicole from my team here, and they could tell you, I cut up.
Oh yeah. Oh well, you know.
So we have our, well, you know, even at church.
Let me tell you, anybody who's connected to me, whether we're close friends or we're good buddies or we're business colleagues, associates, you innately have felony level violence in you.
Violence.
Because we're like we're akin to each other.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I know Nelly, our engineer CFO, is a killer.
Yeah.
He doesn't say much, but I know he's a killer. That's why I'm always good. He's a
Silent killer.
too funny. So yeah, how do you? Well, I want to ask this. I want to ask something funny. What is the most? I know you effing line moment you've had with a celebrity client over your years.
Oh my God! See, he's ready to cut up.
He is. He kind of like introduced it before it really
I did. I set it
showed
up. I set up the cut up.
Felony level violence, and here it is.
And we're usually in here cutting up.
Oh my gosh! Well, for one thing, I mean, I'm not naming names, right?
No.
We're gonna keep it cute because I don't have a problem with that either.
I don't either. You know we're the same. Name a name. Drop some names.
Felony level violence, people.
Okay. Period. So I guess I've had a couple of those because you can't really be a manager and a publicist or an assistant
True.
and really not, really see the real side
Person.
of people.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I'm like, they come off like they're so like, girl, who is this person you putting out to the world? Because you're over and he like, who are you talking to? You know what I'm saying? Like I've had different scenarios where they basically, what is that? Just what we used to say? Tried me for my whole life.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just basically the expectation.
Yeah.
The creating of a monster. Because like I said, if a person is a good person, they're going to be a good person.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to see them at different levels.
Yes.
But if they're good, they're just going to be good. Everybody
Right.
has moments.
Everybody has
but
moments.
good person is just a good person.
Yeah.
You know, but when that person is just a vile individual from the inside,
Yeah.
it's going to come out regardless. I don't care. Like I said, it shines through. It's almost
Yeah.
like that movie, what was it? The Devil's Advocate, when the people's faces started contorting.
Oh, that movie is so real.
Yeah.
That movie's so real.
Oh my God, yes.
That movie's real.
One of my personal favorites.
Mine too. You know, now you got me wanting to ask about certain people. Now I'm thinking of names. I want to who is she talking about? Is it this person, that
Well,
person?
now, I will tell you one of them, and I'm not going to say their name, but I'm going to give you some details.
Okay.
Basically. So I've worked on a few. I've worked on reality TV since the
Right,
inception,
yep.
the beginning. I've casted. I've worked in talent departments. I've worked on the award shows and all those great things. And basically, I was working on a show. I don't have to say the name,
Okay.
but it's a franchise of women
Okay.
Okay.
based in Atlanta.
Who live in houses? Got it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so I've had wonderful experiences with a lot of them. One of them is one of my closest friends. I casted her on the first season. Lisa Wu, love her dearly. Cynthia Bailey casted her, love her dearly. You know, but there's a couple. There's a couple that we should, I might want to check your soul. But this one in particular, like basically, which I don't really like to do. Like I'm a behind the scenes kind of person because of the fact that, people can be a little weird.
Yeah.
So basically I was working on creating something amazing for her and had opened up opportunities for her to have sponsors and all these different things because she didn't want to spend any money. Okay. Isn't that a recurring theme in some of
It
these?
is.
Yeah, so, and it was a while ago, so it's nothing recent, but basically when we got me and another vendor, we were working together diligently to pull off something for this woman.
Okay.
And she got on camera and said, I've given you guys almost $100,000 and I've got just,
Oh, wow.
Really?
girl, you know how close you're standing to this pool? You're about, and, I'm just like,
So
but it was just for show.
Right.
It was ridiculous. And I mean, I guess, and I'm not naive at all. I
Yeah.
understand the capacity of what people can and cannot do, and what they're capable of. You know, I mean, I watch enough Dateline to see
So
they
wait,
cuckoo
so
crazy out here.
what happened when the camera went off?
Oh, what happened before the camera went off?
Oh.
Okay. I was like, you haven't given me a dime. You know what I'm saying? And in fact, you need to be giving me some gas money. I'm running all over the city
Wow.
trying to make things happen for you because you said you have no budget.
Again, felony level violence.
Yes.
And
My
it's like,
point
what
is
are you
proven.
talking about? But yeah.
But here's the thing, okay, and we're gonna cut to a quick break right after I make
We got
this
so
statement.
much to talk about.
We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we're not going. I'm going to bypass Money Mayhem today so we can keep talking.
I love you for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh,
We got some more stuff to talk about with April Love.
But before we leave, I just want to say this. I feel like reality TV is reality TV, but at the same time, they do have to put on a show.
Yeah.
And some of them know how to do that better than others.
Absolutely. Some of them got it down. That's why they get season after season. But I mean, but at the end of the day, like I said, what differentiates me and some other people is, I mean, are you going to sacrifice your integrity for it?
Right.
Right,
Ooh, and on that note,
Yes. Thank you guys so much. If you are just tuning in, we have a very special guest in the studio, Ask April Love. We're going to cut to a quick music break, but you guys are tuned in to the RichFlexx Show. I am yours truly, Atlanta's own Bree Simone.
and I'm the lifestyle connoisseur XYZJD, and we are dedicating this next song to Miss Ask April Love herself.
Yes.
I love it. One word.
We're going to cut to a quick music break, but you guys are tuned in to the RichFlexx Show.
Of Aubrey, if you were listening last week, you know I said very confidently
You did.
that Aubrey is the Ponzi scheme of rap. He is the Bernie Madoff of hip hop. But I also said I love that for him.
You did.
And you know how the universes. I was on IG minding my own black business,
And what happened?
and a reel came across my DMs of Drake when he first started his career, saying what I said about himself. That it's a story.
Really?
You have to sell a story. You need good marketing, etc., etc.
Well, and I agree. That is exactly what he did. And based on his background, I think that that's how he was groomed to be and what he was
Yeah,
groomed to do.
I love it.
But I think that the story, he has now become that character for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. April, would you ever work with the Drake or Kanye?
Absolutely.
Say it again.
Because they say what? The checks are big.
No, but just the fact that I am very, very intrigued by big personalities.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I
Yeah.
like to. I'm not gonna say I could work for some of them past one day. But,
Right.
Will I
right.
take it on? Yes, I am very intrigued. I mean, because the check ain't worth a headache. You know what I'm saying? But I really don't feel like Kanye would be that much of a headache.
I don't
to
think
me.
so either.
I don't think so. Not for
Really?
me.
No,
Not for
you
me.
would be. Yeah, you definitely would disarm him. You would
Oh
feel
my
like
God,
home.
yes.
Like you would be
I
the
wouldn't stress him
healing
out.
energy he needs.
I feel like
Yeah.
he needs the right people working with him.
He absolutely does.
I don't think that he has a lot of people putting him in check. I think his mom was that person. And I
Absolutely.
think that now that she's gone, that's why we see this train derailed.
I disagree. I think he's mourning his mom. He
Mm-hmm.
feels guilty. He thinks he was responsible, and I think he does need it. He needs a warm hug that never ends.
Oh, gosh.
Anyway,
How many-
enough about Kanye.
How many
Ka-
warm hugs
loving
can you
them.
get?
Kanye
But,
and
but who's giving him one?
nobody. Kanye and Trump are the two most polarizing
Well, I'm not hugging
identities in America right now.
I'm not hugging that today.
Will Smith is a close third, but Kanye and Trump
Felony
polarizing.
level, felony level violence right there.
And we back.
I'm picking up what you're putting down,
Yeah.
Jason.
You feel me? You feel me? So we're back, and April Love, we heard that you have this awards show that's an annual thing. It's kind of a big deal, I heard.
Yes,
Yeah, you got like Malik
really,
Yoba
yes,
hosting, and who else?
yes.
Malik Yoba, who else?
Carl Anthony Payne.
Carl Anthony Payne is
Hey,
okay.
Malik Yoba.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
so excited. They're hosting. This is the 5th year doing the Pink Awards.
Mm.
During my own bout, this whole pink movement was birthed out of it
Mm-hmm.
because I refused to succumb to any of that. I celebrated no matter how I was feeling. So I would do a pink event. Then that kind of built itself into the Pink Awards. But I've never done it at this level.
Okay.
No, not this level. I'm not. And so I'm super excited. You know, we're going to have a broadcast partner. I'll tell you about that later.
Oh,
We have Carl Payne hosting, Malik Yoba hosting. We're really paying like a super homage to Atlanta.
First of
So it's very
all,
Atlanta heavy.
let's just pause on the fact that you have two cultural icons.
Yes.
Like what?
Yo.
Television, black television royalty.
Baby.
New York Undercover.
New York Undercover.
Martin,
And Martin.
The Cosby
It's
Show.
the chocolate.
Oh my
for me.
gosh.
I feel like I got a cavity already.
It's after 8.
It's
Y'all know you got to put your
iconic.
kids to bed because RichFlexx After Dark with Love Bree Simone has started.
It is after 8, y'all.
So what you love about the host, Love Bree Simone?
Again, just looking at them because I was on the page earlier. I was
Okay.
like, actually, there's a Pink Awards Instagram page,
Love
so
it.
you guys should go and
Please
check that
follow.
out.
Please follow.
Please follow.
It's new.
Please follow. It is
Follow.
new. So, but I do want to ask you. You said this is the 5th Pink event.
No, the 5th Pink Awards.
Okay.
But I've been doing the Pink in December
Okay.
since I was diagnosed. I was diagnosed 2009, and the event started in 2010.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, 13 years in the making.
Well, 12. Is it 13?
Well, go on
Yeah,
into
12. I'll take 13 years of survivorship.
I love that.
So what has that journey looked like? So you said that you never done it this big. So what did the first one look like compared to what folks can expect in 2023?
Okay, the very first one, oh my God. I have the first 3 kind of they go together. Really,
Okay.
Because it was people that were like totally a part of my life at that time. Because it was at Bar One
Oh wow! On a memorial.
Shout out
Yeah.
to the,
What?
the ex.
First of all, again,
husband, yeah, Peter Thomas's
old
spot.
Atlanta, because that used to be a
It was
vibe.
a whole vibe.
What?
You hear me?
Food was amazing.
Let me tell
Great
you.
Park, right?
Yes,
Let me
that
tell you
one,
how
that one,
Cynthia's a
yes.
savage, because you walked in and it was a larger than life size photo of her on the wall.
Absolutely.
I want to say
The
larger than life,
supermodel.
larger than life. Anyway, okay.
And she co-hosted that one with me.
Oh,
Cynthia
nice.
did. And it was really, really cool. Like, the thing is so funny about it. I had like Sabrina and Charlinda, which is Tulatu Salon. Shout out to them, Panay, Sharika, all these people that were around me during
Right.
that time. Like, we just came together and we just had another birthday. Because, I'll give a shout out to ACS in regards to giving you that new birthday.
Yeah.
So I'm already going to go all the way in on my birthday in April.
Right,
so
right, right.
December, like, okay, 2.0. And it was so funny because everybody brought, we had all this, we had all these balloons, and we just had a whole pink in December party. It was amazing. And then we brought candy. I was like, child, we don't need this candy. It was so much candy. It was like Halloween, but it was such a fun time. And all of that does so much healing, not just for me, who was going through what I was going through, but it was healing for everybody
Oh, yeah.
there. So I said, this is something. This
Yes.
does not stop, so it kind of just kept growing and growing. I would do a little pink in April, and then the pink in December, and then the pink in December. The very first awards I did was at Sweet Lounge.
Okay.
This sweet.
That was the
Okay.
awards. And then I went back and like I said, I like to be full circle, and Peter was one of my honorees.
Okay.
I love
Being
it.
a businessman.
Catch it. She just gave y'all one of her strategies.
Yes.
That was a whole
That's
lesson.
a
That was a whole lesson
nugget.
right
I
there.
hope you heard it. I hope you heard it. I'm trying to tell you, do not forget. I hear it all the time when people says, I worked on this with this person, now they're this. I worked on this with this person, now he's at a network. Or with this girl, and now she's like this super influencer and didn't come back to get me. Oh, that'll never be my story.
Right.
Ever.
If you go back and look at images from the very first one to the one that you see on February 25th that's coming up,
Yeah.
you're gonna see the same faces.
The same faces.
Same faces.
Nurse, so, ooh, you dropping some nuggets. I think it's time to do what I love to do, put some numbers to it, top 3. Because it sounds like you're on number 2. So number 2 sounds
Number
like,
5.
no, I'm talking about as far as the nuggets you've been dropping since you started talking. The first one was connection.
Yeah.
This one is nurturing. So it sounds like to survive decades long in your industry, especially the kind of industry you work in that's fickle, you have to be willing to nurture.
You have to pour into people.
You have to.
And also, you have to not have an ego, because nurturing sometimes may look to someone else or an ego like you're begging, or you're like, selling yourself out because you don't need to ask nobody for nothing, or you're good at what you do and nobody's calling you and they flaked on you. But nurturing is driven by something else.
Absolutely.
What drives you to be nurturing? Because that can be exhausting.
It can be very exhausting. And I've said over the years that I am an empath. I have a large amount of empathy. I take on that which I am around. That's why I'm mindful now of that which I am around.
Yes.
So I want to be nurtured, so I want to be that to people that I want to be for me, what I want them to be for me. You know what I'm saying?
Reciprocity.
Yeah, reciprocity.
You
Because
big on that.
and it's not an expectation. Whereas I expect you to be the person. I'm sewing
Right.
into you. I'm believing in you. I'm lifting you up. I'm edifying you, and you don't do nothing. I'm not mad.
Right.
Because guess what?
It's
This
gonna come
person's
another
over here
way.
doing it.
Yeah.
And this person's over here doing it.
Yeah.
And this person comes out of nowhere and brings opportunity. Oh, I helped you build your platform, but I'm not on it. But guess what? JD and Bree call me.
Because I was just about to say, for y'all, me and April know each other well, but we haven't worked together since I've been back from New York. It's been 7 years. We haven't done any projects together. I've probably seen you maybe 3 times. I think the last time was at the Mayor's Ball. But when you have integrity in your connections and relationships, every relationship is not every day or even every year. But when you see across paths or something comes along that fits for that person, and that person comes to mind, to your point, you should be able to go right back like it was the first day or the first week or the first time y'all worked together. Because we met in my 20s and I'm in my 40s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come on, decades.
Come
relationship.
on.
Your network
I
is
love
your
that.
network.
I love that.
Absolutely. And I love that too, because I guess you could think over the past 20 years, right? I can still come to the front of your mind.
For
It's a
sure.
blessing.
That is a
and
blessing.
vice versa.
Yeah.
So the thing is, but think about how many people that you've encountered over the years that you like, I wouldn't think about that, but
Right.
I wouldn't give you a platform.
Right. And let me tell you
You
something
know?
about else about April. She's thorough. So when I moved to New York, I just thought about this when I said New York. My mom would tell me, she would reach out to you and you would like communicate with her. You would invite her to stuff. She wanted, I think she said, you even let her work at the door on some of your projects.
she would come.
When I was in New York, I never got a chance to thank you for that, but thank you.
Yes,
I
because
appreciate
I know she
that.
missed you, and I just
That was so sweet of you.
Yeah.
That was very
I would
sweet.
find her at church when I was
Yeah.
Impact was a client for a number of years. So yeah,
Shout
Yeah.
out to Impact.
Impact.
Impact was impactful.
So I know that at one point you were still looking for volunteers for the Pink Awards.
Oh, we still are.
Okay.
Thepinkawards.com. Click volunteer. Click vendor tickets. Yes, we're looking for volunteers. We're looking for people with just good hearts. The people that and skill set. Baby, know how to do something.
Right.
But yes, we are definitely looking for that in different areas, especially in the area of like hospitality, because like you said, my thing is excellence. Now we may not have this BET Awards budget or the Soul Train Awards budget, but my team is excellent.
Right. Yep.
And they are impeccable with details. So we're going to make sure all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. And you're going to have a great experience. So I definitely want to find the people that want to be a part of this kind of a team. So I'm super proud of them
Well,
and the
you
work we're doing.
definitely have some heavy hitters in the house.
Yes.
But wait, before that, are you asking for volunteers for the night of, the day before,
No, I'm
your
asking
overall?
volunteers that can call me when we leave at what time? 8:30.
Okay, gotcha.
Starting at 8:30 this evening, you will be
Gotcha.
engaged.
Okay.
And then some, boots on the ground. But
It's a bit. Listen, y'all. If you're listening and you someone who's interested, it doesn't matter your age. If you have any kind of appetite or itch for the industry, this would
huge
I would
opportunity.
say slide in her DMs because she's not joking. Like
I'm not.
It would be like a a privilege pass.
Yes.
It'd be like your Taylor Swift or your somebody, like that.
Exactly. And I saw Letha on here, and I know team members are tuning in and
Hey.
stuff and in the room. So don't slide in my DMs. Because I don't want you to think that, girl, you said slide in your DMs. I'm just sitting in here like
No,
this.
don't slide in hers.
But you basically could go to the link in my bio, and I'm Ask April Love, as they said. I guess I become one word.
Yeah.
Ask April Love, one name on all my platforms. In the bio. The link is in my bio. Go to thepinkawards.com. Let the Lord use you. Go peruse. Look at what we got going on. You'll see Malik's cute face. You will see Carl's amazing face. You'll see what we got going on. We have a link there for you if you want to vend and put your amazing, I'm an advocate of that too. Like us supporting one
sure.
another. So we have made room for that, a bit of a pink marketplace.
Okay.
And then we definitely want to bring on volunteers, onboard them as early as possible. Like I said, we're operating in excellence. You won't show up there and just go figure it out.
Right.
No, you will know where we're having. You will
Okay.
know your arrival time. You will know your attire.
Right.
And you'll be a part of the experience, So
And the event is in February.
February 25th,
Okay.
2023.
Okay.
Yes, a little bit like a month away, but
Exactly
more than
1
enough
month
time.
away.
Yeah, exactly, 1 month away. So enough time for you to spread the word. And can we kind of tap into our honorees since we are announcing it this week or not?
Please and thank you.
Please, yeah, of course.
I'm so excited. We're playing, like I said, homage. We're honoring a lot of Atlanta-based royalty. We do have some honorees and performers we're not announcing, but this week for sure we are announcing our heavy hitters from our Atlanta market. So we have, and I'm so excited about Elizabeth Omalami.
Oh, Hosea. Wow, love
His
that.
daughter, who's taken that thing to the next level. They've rebranded. It's Hosea Helps. And she was recently diagnosed with breast cancer.
I saw that.
Yes. So we are definitely honoring her as our Samaritan this year. We're so excited about it. And then we have not one, but two people that put us as a music capital, put us on the map.
Yeah.
Dallas Austin and
Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah.
I
Tell a
love
friend
it.
to tell. When I tell you I'm so excited about them, and the fact that they could slow down long enough to get it on their calendar on the same day.
Yeah, I love that.
You already know.
Because it's extra
Yeah,
for
but
love.
those are legends here. Like
Yeah.
that's why
But
the face
that
came
just
really
speaks
to Atlanta
who
because
you
of them.
are and how
Yeah.
they view you.
I love.
For sure.
Listen, I love the BDE energy for you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, I love
yeah.
it. Thank you.
This is the RichFlexx Show,
And that's a rich
and
flex.
that's a rich flex. Okay,
That's a real rich
that's a
flex.
real rich flex.
I'm in here with the wealthy and the rich, so I'm gonna flex.
Hey, we're gonna take one more break, and April, you want to stick around? You got to go.
No, I'm here. Are we
Because
good?
I want to talk about, first of all, I want to touch on your journey, your battle with breast cancer, because it affects a lot of African American women specifically. And so I definitely want to talk about that. And then we want you to stick around because it is the RichFlexx Show After Dark. So we want to ask you some fun questions also before you get out of here.
Now, Love Bree Simone gonna get to it. I'm just gonna let you know.
Okay.
Get your mind right.
Cole's in here. PR. Let's make sure.
You'll
Might
be
be
good.
some crisis management. I'm just kidding. That'll be fun. I'm looking forward.
Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back.
RichFlexx Show, y'all,
You
and we
know
have a
what.
very special guest in the house today.
Very special, very, very special. She is infamous.
Ooh,
Ooh.
She's notoriously talented.
ooh, ooh,
She is one not to be played with, but paid.
ooh, ooh.
Ooh, I'm taking that.
Okay. She's the April Love.
Yes.
Hey, thank you.
And so we're getting the download. And Lovely Simone, you got some more questions you want to ask April?
So
Because it's a legend in the building.
We do
Oh
have a
my
legend in the
God.
building,
Okay.
baby. We told y'all, we promised y'all heavy hitters, and we're coming with that.
We're delivering.
But here's the thing. I do want to talk about, we talked about the Pink Awards before we cut to break. But I want to talk about your journey, your battle with breast cancer, and your overcoming that, what that
okay.
looked like for you.
Ooh, what did that look like? Touch and go, no. Basically, man, it was something else. It was out of the blue. And, okay. I was diagnosed on Christmas Eve. That's crazy.
Wow.
2009. Okay. I had not been ill. I had been healthy, guys. I mean, like healthy. Like I had a bout with pneumonia when I was an infant, like 2 years old. It was a blizzard. I heard about it, my entire life, basically. Oh, it was a blizzard, and we had to do this, and this person had to meet us at the end of the hill with the car. So it became a whole thing, a snowy night. And then, other than that, it was the sniffles. I never broke a bone. I never had a hospital stay. I still had my tonsils, everything. Then boom. I am a person who is an advocate, and I will speak that, preach that for my health. You have to be an advocate for yourself. And I've always kept my appointments, that OBGYN one, ladies, that you have to have. And then that physical. I need the blood work. I need all of that. Because I did have, like hypertension and diabetes and stuff like that they say is passed down. But no, the traditions and the recipes are passed down.
Absolutely.
And the habits. So I would keep in, but I felt fine. 2010 was going to be my year. You hear me? I was getting my bag. It was not a trending thing at the time, but hey, I was going to be getting in it. I had an employee. I had a new office.
She did it first.
Yeah, I was going to be doing that. It was time for me to start working for me. Hang out the shingles. That's when Ask April Love, LLC was, popping, ready to go. And you know what, funniest thing, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. Okay. So I went in for my little, in my exam. My Dr. Motorhar Ford with Kaiser was impeccable. She was I have another primary care doctor they are very, very hands-on. Because sometimes you feel like in the traditional medical state of the world right now, you feel like you're on a little conveyor belt. Okay,
Right.
come
Yeah.
in, da-da-da, take your blood pressure, da-da-da, put it on your tongue. Okay, you don't have COVID, bye. Oh, and get this flu shot. But I had a very proactive physician, and she put me in for a mammogram. Okay, I was not 40, and
Wow.
the insurance doesn't cover it
Right.
until you're 40. They don't even start talking about it. Okay, and if I had waited till then, I wouldn't be here with you, and there
Wow.
would be no Pink Awards.
Wow.
So fast forward, I take, I go in. She put it on in Atlanta. I was going to Perimeter Mall. It was Black Friday, and it was some things I needed to get. Okay, so I said, let me run in here and do this thing. And I was not, like I said, I wasn't really. I knew about the mammograms, but I thought that was grandma, that was great auntie, or whoever, or the oldest auntie thing to worry about. So I did it. I get in there. It's a room full of women. It's a big pink room. It's the ribbons. I'd seen all this, but just from doing walks and supporting other people, but it just felt just different in that sense. So I get in there, I get my mammogram, and I'm ready to put my clothes on and make it to the mall. And they're like, oh, the radiologist wants you to stay for a second. Be mindful that as Black women, we are very fibrocystic anyway. So we got lumps and the bumps all over. So they're like, well, what we want to do is press it out. We want to press it out and see if we can get it out and just do this again and make sure it's not, it's not something that we need to be concerned about. Well, needless to say, they did that, and it did not. I went back to the room. I ended up being the only person in that room, in that little pink room. Shopping was over with because I've been in there over almost 3 hours at this point. And so she brings me in. They put my my X-rays up, and they said, look at this little spot right here. It was about a quarter size. And they was like, this is concerning. To me, it just looked like a lighter gray than the rest of the stuff I was looking at because I didn't understand it. And they was like, it's such a, it's a pretty large size. And fast forward to that just became the beginning of this thing because I got a call on Christmas Eve, And I mean, I'm telling you, a lot happened in between that. Because they give you a biopsy. I had to go to Google. What's a biopsy? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is going on? Because it is a surgical procedure. You have to consult with a surgeon, a breast surgeon, and everybody was still sounding hopeful, and I get to that, and it had the longest 3 weeks of my life. So I'm waiting for them to let me know what's going on, because everybody in my family is like, you don't have nothing, you're fine. You know, this happened to Auntie Betty. This happened to da 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 da. Oh, I had that happen 2 years ago. It was all good. But something on the inside said, I think it might be, suspiciously what they think it may be. And so she called me, and I pray to God they don't do this anymore, calling people with this kind of information.
Oh, wow.
But she was like, are you alone? What?
Wow.
I was like, yes. She's like, well, do you mind sitting down for me? I do. What do you want? Get to it, lady. I'm just like, at this point, my eyes are watering. I'm a little shaky, but I still
because you're already on edge.
I'm on edge.
And have been for a month now.
And it's and everybody's celebrating. It's the day before Christmas.
Oh,
wow.
wow.
What are you telling me? But it was because it was stage 3. It was a stage 3 ductal carcinoma, estrogen receptor positive cancer. So I had a hormonal cancer, which is a little bit easier to fight than like a HER2 negative. So when people tell me that, I don't care what kind of cancer, colon, endocrine, when people tell you what kind of cancer they have, they're diagnosed, I say, what kind? Because you need to understand and be an advocate for yourself, because there's certain things you can maybe wait and have like a holistic protocol if you're stage 0 or stage 1 and it's hormonal, because that might be just some changing up of some things, and then you can kind of like shrink it. But if you're saying you're stage 3 anything, no, you're going to put some Western medicine practices in there if you want to be with us. It just is what it is.
Wow.
And so basically, it turned into that. I did have a mental health crisis, and I kind of just went away. My doctors took about a month to get me back on the call. They kept calling. Hey, we need to get in here and give you they call a breast care plan. And I wasn't with it. I'll never forget. I was going to, I had worked on Kasim's campaign. So he won. So we were all like, hey. And I don't remember getting ready for that inauguration at all. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the day that I was going to figure all this out. I don't even think I combed my hair.
So you continued to work through this.
God, yes. The entire house. I'm notorious for continuing to work through a lot. And my team, sometimes they go, get over here and sit down. But now I have a different perspective of how I do that. I don't run myself ragged. I'm passionate, like you said, about what I do. Right. And those things that I'm not passionate and don't serve me, they're gone. Unlike that April back then, I was getting to the bag. Okay, 80 miles an hour. And so I basically, got to the place where I was able to talk to them, was able to sit down with a therapist and really, really understand this thing, was able to talk to God about it, was able to share with my family what I felt I should do, took a few of my friends, my friend Mel, and, took them to the consults with me to make sure they took concise notes. We had an oncologist that said, don't worry about it. You don't have to ask anything else. You're not going to, this is my body.
Wow.
Really?
You're not the oncologist for me. So don't go for that. Be an advocate. You know what I'm saying? If somebody tells you, oh, these ladies, you need a C-section. Why? They've been birthing babies since before. You know what I'm saying? Why do I have to have a C-section? Why do you know what I'm saying? Explain. Be an advocate. Explain. What is it? That's men and women. So basically I went through that, and I did end up having chemotherapy, radiation, surgery. 2010 was all about saving my life.
Okay. Wow.
But I knew it was not going to be until my death. There were 7 people around me that were diagnosed, 7 of us, publicists, entertainment professionals, that were my girls. And we lost the last of that bunch a little bit over 2 years ago. And I am the last. So I do this for them as well,
Ooh.
So I know there's purpose.
Man, talk about listen, let me tell you, I know the Lord. You got an amazing 2023 ahead of you. Like, it's just flowing us like the passage they're talking about, eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard. Like, it's like all over you. You're going to have a year that's going to be a record book. It's going to blow your mind. Like, you're like primed for that moment in time.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you came. You have like deposited so much into not just us, but the listeners. The station is a better place because you were here. And we just love you. Thank you, April. Love.
There were
love you guys. I can put the camera on you.
Some really important things that April just said and put into the atmosphere. And I want to make sure that our listeners understand, and especially African American women.
For sure.
Yes. The insurance companies will pay for a mammogram, a breast exam, when we turn 40. People, that does not mean you wait until 40 to do these things. We have to be advocates for ourselves. We have to put our health first, men and women.
Yes.
Make sure you are taking care of yourself. Do the checkups. Women, do the self-checks. I do my self-checks. My breast is like, that's a big thing for me. I had to have a mass removed when I was 17 years old. I was taught at a very early age to do self-checks on my breast. Women, that is something that we should be doing every single day. Don't just let your man be feeling on the boobies,
Come on
okay?
here.
Get very comfortable
Do
with
that too.
feeling on your
Do that too.
Definitely do that. In fact, I plan on doing a little bit of that later.
I told
But
you, yeah, give her that stress. I told you stress will make you sick too. De-stress. when
De-stress.
but make sure you are doing self-exams, especially when it comes to your lady parts. All right. And be familiar. You should be the most familiar person with every part of your body.
You know, that's important because I know as a black man, it's like a level of intimacy that we've gotten away from in life and living in general. And your health is like one of the most intimate things about you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, a
take
lot
care.
of us avoid the doctor.
What is that about? Especially black men. Shady, please
Well,
enlighten me, because I have so many black men. In
We
my
got two
life.
black men in here, and I think
Yeah,
for
like,
me, it's kind
They
of
go
like
when they get symptoms.
I was about to say it usually is a symptom driven thing, but even then, black men. Well, I can speak for me. Like I know my body and know what to do, but I'm an advocate for health. I had a health scare in 2017 that was beyond. So I am an advocate for doctors, insurance. If you don't have any insurance, go to the emergency room. They'll bill you later.
They sure will. Don't let that deter
Don't
you.
let that deter
Even
you.
that mammogram thing, you can advocate for certain things. If they say, "Oh, we don't," that's elective. No, if it's going to save your life, you have people that will champion you. There are people within United Healthcare, within
Yes.
Kaiser that. Oh, you don't want to pay for it? Then I would like to escalate this.
Right.
I would like to
Right.
escalate this.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to go public. They don't want to be embarrassed.
And
No.
there
So
are
they'll-
other
yeah.
resources.
Absolutely.
Outside of, paid
Absolutely.
insurance or employer provided insurance. There are other
Absolutely.
resources. So do your research.
Do your research.
Be an advocate for yourself, as April said, and let's be healthy and be great.
And
Great.
we didn't do Money Mayhem today, but this is what Money Mayhem is about because we talk about that wealth is a mindset. So getting to the bag includes like all parts of you. Like you've tapped on spirituality, health, finances, relationships. This is an example of the richest flex.
Absolutely.
The riches.
The
I'm telling
riches.
you, because they all work together.
all
for
works
your good.
together.
It has to be you have to be a whole person.
Man,
like
listen.
I really don't leave the house without my arm. I need that. I need
Listen.
my head, and that's how your entire body is. It's like your life is like that. It's the synonymous with everything working together for your good. I need my feet. I need my legs, and that's what you need. You need to be financially rich. You need to be emotionally rich.
Yep.
Physically.
Yeah.
Spiritually, for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All of it works together.
All of those things make up wealth.
Absolutely.
Come on. You know
Absolutely.
that's a buzzword over here. Because I'm rich.
Yes.
And I earned it.
Forever.
Listen, forever. But it's also Wednesday, and we have a segment that we cannot leave without doing.
We absolutely, y'all already know this is my favorite day of the week, aside from closing day. All right. It is What Women Want Wednesday. And we're going to take a quick music break. But before we do that, I have two questions for Miss April Love here. We want to lighten the mood just a little bit.
Oh, shoot.
So last week, our CEO was here. She was our special guest. And I asked her if she could be a fruit, any fruit, what fruit would she be? I want to ask you, if you could be an animal, any animal, what animal would you be and why?
I love that. And you know what? My assistant Malay is going to be very surprised that I answer this, but I would be a cat.
Okay.
Go figure. Because guess what, honey? Cats don't go outside. You know what I'm saying? Cats own the home.
They do.
Cats own the home. They're in
They
the warm
do.
house. They dominate
That's true.
TVs and couches. They don't get kicked around like dogs. You
That's
know
so
what I'm
true.
saying? They get to have a nice little area for their
Yeah.
business. And really, if you really think about it, cats are slick.
They are.
You
My
know?
mom has a cat. You
Yeah.
describe Sinatra
Cats are well
to
taken
the
care of.
Yeah.
And
They
they
are.
get to be snarky. You
Very
feel me?
snarky. What is that about
Like cats
cats?
got the eye roll of life.
Man, what?
Like,
If people don't say they're not cat people, cats are like the most entertaining animal to have in your house
and
because
they
it's like a
are.
human.
they're sexy.
They're
Yeah,
very mysterious.
Very mysterious.
but so smart and in tune.
Very.
They're gonna run you, and you're gonna laugh about it.
Exactly. So I can see myself doing that. Just running my paw, you know,
It's
little,
the
yes of it all. Ooh.
Listen,
Well, you just solidified it. That's my spirit animal.
that's it. That's just
we love that.
Kitten.
okay. All right. And so lastly, what is your relationship status?
I am happily and I don't know. I'm happy.
Okay, y'all remember at the top of the show when I asked Lovely Simone a similar question, and she started stuttering, and but neither one of these women
Because
have a
it's
lack
such
of words.
Because I mean, I just love him. I am very much in a relationship. His name is Frank. People know him. That's my Frankie. I love him
Aw.
dearly. We are kind of like we are spirit animals. You know, he is the yin to my yang. We are so different, yet so uniquely
Aligned.
aligned.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, we would say the same thing about you. Oh, he got on my nerves. Oh, she gets on my nerves. That's my girl. Oh, that's my dude. You know.
Yeah.
So I am happily involved.
I love
Happily
it.
in a relationship for a long time.
You left no crumbs on the table today, April Love. I mean,
No.
I mean, goodness
Transparency,
gracious.
Transparency. Come on.
Thank you so much. And we want you to stick around. We do have my favorite segment, What Women Want Wednesdays, coming up. And we're going to be talking about conversation. All right. So you guys who are out there and you're struggling with good conversation, you don't know how to talk to a lady, how to approach a lady, we're going to touch on that today. It's going to be a very brief segment, but I promise you, I'm going to drop some gems and I'm going to leave you with something that you can take tomorrow and score that date. All right. So we're going to have April Love stick around for that. We're going to take a quick music break and we'll be right back. It's the RichFlexx Show.
Hey.
We having fun.
www.101tkoradio.com. And that is that on that. This was the RichFlexx Show. It's your girl Atlanta's own Bree Simone.
It's the lifestyle connoisseur XYZJD.
And you were tuned into
The RichFlexx Show.